The Goodyear 400 race in Darlington was yet another exciting race towards the end. With just 30 laps to go, there were 3 drivers in contention for the race win: Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, and Brad Keselowski. Of these 3 drivers, Keselowski had the least chance of winning the race. However, against all odds, Brad was able to come out ahead after an incident between Reddick and Buescher. With 10 laps to go, both Reddick and Buescher pulled away from Keselowski and was dueling for the race win. Reddick, who was running in second, attempted to dive down the inside of Buescher, going into the final corner of the lap. However, he was not able to maintain control of the car. He faced a lot of understeer and ended up banging doors with Buescher. As soon as Reddick squeezed the number 17 car towards the wall, he faced a puncture that saw him drop down the order. A couple of corners later, there was damage on Buescher's car as well, and he also had to drop down. This allowed Keselowski to take the win, with Ty Gibbs a second behind him. Buescher was understandably not happy with the incident that had just taken place. As he parked his car after the race, he stormed towards Tyler Reddick and shoved him while screaming, "What was that?" "I know, I f***ed up. I'm sorry," Reddick said, still wearing his helmet. After Buescher reminded him the two had always raced clean, Reddick replied, "As soon as I knew that wasn't going to work, I tried to back out and the last thing I wanted to do was wreck your car. I can care less about mine. I'm sorry. I f***ed up. I f***ed up." Buescher was still not pleased with this apology. "It doesn't work for me. We don't have that winner sticker on our door right now. You need to be better," he said. Buescher might not exactly have been kind to Reddick after the race, but do show us some love and hit that subscribe button so we can keep you updated on the latest news surrounding NASCAR. Despite Buescher's frustration, Reddick could do nothing but apologize to him for the incident. He took responsibility and admitted that he made a mistake that he should not have. In the past, we've seen these 2 drivers race each other. However, this is the first time the battle led to such an incident. Both of the drivers were battling for the race win. Reddick has already won 2 races and was already qualified for the playoffs. Buescher, on the other hand, is yet to win a race. That's why this loss was more damaging for Buescher. This is not the first weekend this season where Buescher lost the opportunity to win a race. Last weekend in Kansas, Buescher lost the race to Kyle Larson by .001 seconds. This was the closest finish in NASCAR history. This weekend, he thought he put the nail in the coffin after overtaking both Reddick and Keselowski for the lead. But that incident, with 10 laps to go, ruined his result once again. "Trying to be decent about it," Buescher said after the race in Darlington. "We had clean racing all day long, and to get flat out fenced like that, there's no excuse. It's just a poor decision and immature move. I don't get it. We keep getting run into without hitting somebody else first," Buescher said. "Struggle to understand the reason. I've had issues with hardly anybody out there, growing up and trying to race clean and be smart about it. I've had to fix my own race cars a lot growing up, and I hate trying to fix noses or fix doors. And I try to remember that for these men and women that work so hard on our cars to make them fast every week. You're going to have times where you're going to push and shove, but can't find a reason or an excuse for that. There's a fight in this team right now that no single on-track action is going to take away from us," Buescher said. "We've been able to race respectively for our careers, and we try to do that week in and week out, and it's not getting us anywhere right now," Buescher said. "Just to get wiped out like that, it's a shame. That's a big shame. On the flip side, I'm stoked for Brad and the 6 bunch and RFK to get a win here. That's huge. But right now, selfishly, I'm mad for my team and our group. We had a great day there, and we didn't get anything to show for it." Chris Buescher is not a driver who has a lot of arguments with others. However, this time, the loss was much harder to swallow. The win was almost guaranteed for the number 17 car. Despite the disappointing result, Buescher is happy to see that his car has the pace to start challenging for race wins. Not just this race, but even the last race. If Reddick had not launched a dive bomb, we could have seen Buescher on victory lane instead of Keselowski. Speaking to the media about the confrontation after the race, Tyler Reddick said, "I completely understand where he's coming from. He was running the top, running his own race, running his own line to keep me at bay," Reddick said of Buescher. "I made a really aggressive move and was hoping I was going to clear him. When I realized I wasn't going to, I tried to check up to not slide up into him. But yeah, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I completely understand why he's that mad. He did nothing wrong, just trying to win the race and to take myself out," That's one thing. I can live with that. But just disappointed it played out the way that it did. And I took him out of the race as well. That was not the goal there. If I hit the wall, pop a tire, I take myself out. I can live with that. It's tough to walk away knowing I used someone up and took away their chance of winning the race. That has raced me really clean since he came in the Cup Series, he said. Just have to work on that and try to make some better decisions going forward. This season is Reddick's 5th year racing in the NASCAR Cup Series. This is the time for him to start performing by making smart moves during the race. However, the move he made in Darlington was not smart at all. But he did show maturity when he accepted his mistake and apologized to Chris, instead of fighting back after getting shoved. While this drama was going on, Brad Keselowski was enjoying his time in victory lane. The Goodyear 400 race in Darlington marked Brad's first race win after 3 years. But even he thought that his chances to win the race went out the window when Buescher passed him. I thought Buescher was gonna win it there when he got by me, Keselowski said. I was like, doggone it. Here's another one that Chris got, but he did a hell of a job there. It's good for us as a company, good for us as a team. It locks us into the playoffs. Just an incredible day for us here at Darlington. When Tyler got underneath Chris, I knew I had another shot at it, but they made contact and I couldn't get by, and I'm like, Keselowski said on Fox after climbing from his car. And Buescher must have got a flat tire. I don't know what happened. We caught a break. And we've caught enough bad breaks for the last year or two, it's nice to catch a good one. Brad's win at Darlington also marks Ford's first race win of the season. They have also had a tough season so far with the new dark horse. But this race win has finally broken the ice. They will now look to build on this and get more Ford cars up there battling for wins. Even Buescher, who was also driving the Ford, showed strong pace throughout the race. There's no doubt that the Ford cars are strong in superspeedways such as Darlington. But with only 13 more races to go in the regular season, Buescher is yet to secure his spot in the playoffs. He will now have to wait a while for the next opportunity. Next weekend, the teams and drivers will be headed to North Carolina for the All-Star race. This race will not be a part of the championship. The weekend after that, we'll be heading to Charlotte. Although it's not a superspeedway, it is a high-speed oval circuit that could give the Fords another chance to win. If Buescher's not able to capitalize on this opportunity, his chances to qualify for the playoffs will slowly disappear. With another 13 races to go in the regular season, do you think Chris Buescher will get his first win of the season to qualify for the playoffs? Post your thoughts in the comment section below.